Jacob Burton here, and in a previous video, we used the Americanized shrimp scampi as an example on how we break down flavor, structure, and technique and combine them and analyze them in such a fashion that allows us to take a dish and make it our own, or also create a new dish from scratch. So since we used shrimp scampi so much in that previous video, I'm going to do a couple different variations of it for you here, just so you can kind of wrap your head around the technical approach to the shrimp scampi. So in this first take on shrimp scampi, we're going to just do from start to finish, no pasta. This is just going to be the all-minute pickup for a shrimp scampi dish that you would serve with pasta or over some other starch, or maybe as an appetizer. And it's really quick. It's hot, fast. You sear or saute, deglaze, build your sauce, build your emulsion, and you're done. So everything's going to go really quick, so it's important to have all of your mise en place or all of your items in place. So here I have some 1620 shrimp that have been peeled and deveined, salt and pepper, minced garlic, diced shallot, some minced parsley and chive, and also some seeded and diced tomato. So in the pan, we're going to start with your cooking oil of choice. Here I'm going to use just some olive oil. And again, you want to get this pan nice and hot. Here I'm using an induction burner. So it's important to really let this pan heat up. In a restaurant environment, our gas flames are about 30,000 BTUs. In a home environment, anywhere from 10 to 15, depending upon your stove. But the gas keeps a more even heat on the pan during the sauteing process versus electrical or induction, whereas induction is really good at conducting heat, but when I'm picking up the pan and tossing it around, we're going to lose a little bit of temperature. So because of that, we're going to compensate by making this pan a little bit hotter than normal. Now also too, notice how long it's taking for this pan to heat up in real time, right? In a restaurant environment for execution, you'd want your pans on the back of your stove or under your salamander already hot and ready to go. So it's really important that you have hot pans constantly through service. Now this is nice and hot, we can get the party started. So here, I'm going to go ahead and just drop in 6 shrimp. And it's important right away to get this pan moving. Give it a couple of tosses. Now a little bit of garlic goes in the pan, some shallots, salt, and saute. We're going to keep the pan moving. You can use a wooden spatula if you want to kind of toss things around. And it's really important to make sure you're moving quickly with this dish and you're not overcooking the shrimp. So here I have my first plate. Before this gets too much color, I'm going to go ahead and deglaze with some white wine. So just enough to cover the bottom of this pan. Pull up all that deliciousness, scrape around. Now once this is almost completely evaporated, I'm going to go ahead and take some cold butter. I'm going to toss it in the pan here. And I'm going to work that emulsification. Now, I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit. And as I'm shaking, I'm going to throw in some fresh tomatoes, the herbs, and some chives. Now I'm going to kill the heat completely. And see how the butter is still nice and it's not fully melted before I've killed the heat, right? And that's what's going to keep us from breaking that sauce. Move this off to the side real quick, just for a little final residual finishing, so it doesn't overheat. Wipe any smudges off the plate first. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and start plating. Going to throw these shrimp in a line. Again, this would normally be done with some pasta, right? But I just wanted to show you from start to finish how to make the actual sauce and the shrimp. Now the pasta scenario, you would just toss the pasta in that's already been cooked and in the water right at the end. Okay. Take our spoon. You can see our sauce is still nice and emulsified. Gonna go ahead and gather that up. And I'll go ahead and just drop this right down the center. And you can obviously plate this however you like. Right down the center. Make sure we get all that garlic and shallot goodness there. And then a little bit of just sort of buttery emulsion goodness. We're gonna go ahead and just drizzle that around the plate. And there you go, from start to finish, a really simple shrimp scampi, and that's how you pick it up all minute. Again, it's hot and fast. And in this video, you saw the whole process of saute, deglaze, reduce, emulsify, and you could use this with any tender cut of meat or fish or poultry. This entire process is pretty much universal. So this is a good one to know.